speed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, so until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
And welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick. I was rolling up my joint. Let me go ahead and turn on the camera. I was rolling up my joint. I thought I would have it ready by the time the song was over, but we're right there. I was looking for the packing stick. Hope you guys are having a great evening here Thursday night at my Mind Over Your Matter. It's a hangout show, so we're just going to chill, hang out, whatever comes to mind, we'll speak upon it. No set agenda for the show. Let me just get myself a little organized because I did go to the dispensary to pick up some medicine. There's two of them that I haven't tried before, so I'm going to give that a go tonight. I did end up picking up another Northern Lights, which is very good for nighttime for sleeping. I tend to like have more dreams on Northern Lights for some reason. My dreams are more enhanced when I smoke that. See what's going on here. Tiramir, Albie, what's up? Here, let me put the link out so you're more than welcome to join. We're just gonna hang out tonight. Tomorrow I'll probably do an earlier show. I'm not sure yet. I'm not even sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm not sure what's the plans for tomorrow, but I like to get an early show in so I could get Maggie on here. There we go. That's the link to the show. And Albie likes to jump on it, and Termir, you're more than welcome to come through. I got one more to roll. It's this one, Scoopadin. 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 Let me open up this scoop of them. Smells okay. I mean, I'm so happy I got my scent back. That was like the most important. That was kind of like hurting. It was like my scent and the ability to smell. Once you lose that ability, man, that's tough. I mean, it was really tough for me for a week without being able to smell, but I got some of my smell back, so I'm really happy that my medicine actually smells like medicine and not smell like some kind of dookie. It was like a weird smell. It was like really harsh. Let me bring in Termir and Albie. Yo, Termir,
Hey,
Albie.
What's
hey,
up?
LB.
What's up?
What's
How are
up?
you, LB?
I'm straight. I'm okay.
I'm not really here. It sounds like so gnarly. It's like not really here, dude. I'm just rolling up some medicine.
I'm not really here. How are
I'm
you?
gonna, I'm gonna
I
smoke
was.
two joints.
So you
So
got your scent back.
I got some of it back. I mean, I'm able to smell weed. So to me,
Hmm.
that's a you can kick everything else to the side. If I got
Hmm.
my scent back for weed, I'm doing much better. So still, have that the sickness, but still have the it's a bug
Hmm.
right now because it's just bugging
Hmm.
my body. Like I said, it's fighting my body. It's not fighting me directly, like on my head. It's a body body fight, and
Hmm.
I'm winning. So, like I said earlier, I'm winning, and I'm feeling good, and I'm gonna smoke some medicine. That's how one thing I did to fight this virus. I got that virus high as hell. This
Hmm.
virus was like, hold on, let me go. Wait a minute. Once it got into me, it knew it fucked up, and
Hmm.
the I truly smoked it out. I know that this virus once it gets out of me is like, yo man, that was the best fucking trip I had. Fucking a whole week getting fucking smoked out.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
don't
sure
know
if
about
it's.
you, but I think I took it
I'm
a
not.
little in my hand because he got me high.
Mhm. I'm not sure if it's actually really a virus because virology itself is very flawed, and
Yeah,
actually, a virus should be response to foreign substance in your body, which it tries to get rid of with a reaction.
and the thing is
What
that
I understand, but
I didn't really have a clinging host like to support it because I was feeling good. I was doing good. It got
hmm
into me. It attached to
hmm
me. It went through my whole body, um, everywhere, and really did like a full breakdown. That's when the second day I felt so bad, and the temperature's 102. I changed out of my
hmm
shirt like 6 times because I was just sweating it out. But
hmm
other than that, it was like it wasn't so bad. But I feel it more as a body attack than anything.
hmm yeah. Let me say hello to Ye Heart Underground. Hello to
Hey,
you.
yeah, heart. What's up, yeah, heart? Mhm. uh, yeah, heart. It's a new member here at my Mind Over Your
hmm
Matter. I,
hmm
I think I poached him. I feel like a poacher now. I was
uh,
in Seven Serpents. Seven Serpents is a really good friend of mine. I know Seven
uh,
Serpents for over 6 years. So me and him
cool.
are really cool people with each other.
hmm
And Yi came through Yi Heart, and I was like, there's something about him. And then I hear him talking. I'm like, oh boy, there is a lot
Mhm.
about him. And I need to bring him
Hey,
onto the
Paula.
show. And I'm going to bring him onto the show. And I'm going to need also my other psychics with me too. Well, I would
Mhm.
like to get Doc Illusions, get him on here. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably resting. It's 9 o'clock at night. That boy did a late show the other day. I was surprised. I was like,
Paula,
Doc,
where are you at? When I need you? Come up here.
who, Paula?
Yeah,
Yeah, Paula
she
could
said
come
that.
on if Ehart wants to come on. If he's available, he could come on if he
Yeah.
wants. It's all up to him.
Mhm.
Been listening to Seven Serpents for about a year. Great guy to listen to. Let me tell you, I've been listening to him for 6 years.
Mhm.
I've known him for that long, and I have so many communications with him, and it's on the channel. Everything I do with YouTube, it's all recorded and it's all registered back in my
Mhm.
431 videos that I've done.
Mhm.
It's one of those videos. Gonna put you in a goose hunt, but they're all
Oh yeah.
entertaining, all great people that
Oh
has
yeah.
come through here.
Yes. Seven Serpents knows. Really, he definitely knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree.
Wait till I bring Eric on here.
Mm.
This I'm bringing a Costas. What is it? A Costas. I'm gonna bring Doc. He's another Costas. I'm gonna bring so many other people to come on here and show
Mhm.
different sides of the psychic world and what we're
Mhm.
capable of. Because there's all different, like it's like branches within the psychic world. I fall into the medium, psychic, empath, energy reader.
Mhm.
Very fucking good at energy reading. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
I'm
I
too
don't.
good listening to messages and intercepting
Mhm.
messages. Um,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I
If
amaze
we
myself.
uh-huh. If we do a ritual together on the weekend, Rick, you will know why I am more than a ritualist. I mean a ritualist uh, in a literal sense. You will know it.
And having me there with my energy, dude.
That really here is so
Oh man,
lovely. I don't
I'm
know
the middleman.
what the freaks I am.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
that's lovely.
interesting. It gets interesting. It's gonna be powerful.
Hmm.
It will be
Why
powerful.
don't you guys Why don't you guys join us up here?
Yeah, if anybody wants to
It's not
join,
windy.
join. I can put out the link again. I know
It's not
seven.
windy. It's not windy on the top here.
I think seven might pop in. He
Uh
usually
huh.
does. So
Yeah.
I'll put out the link
Yeah.
again
Hmm.
in case if anybody wants to come in. You're more than welcome to. Man, seven had a
Hmm.
great show. We did 3 hours, and I was like, wait a minute. Dominic was like, this is a Rick show? Is this my Mind Over Your Matter show or is this Seven show?" I'm like, no, this is Seven. I get to save my voice. I wasn't speaking as
Oh.
much because I'm not the host.
Uh,
Well, I know how to be a guest at a show and then be a host on a show. When I'm
hmm.
hosting, I'm talking.
I try
But if
to.
I'm a guest, I keep quiet, I listen, and then I speak
Uh,
upon when they speak to me, I'll speak to them. Because
I try to.
I'm
Yeah.
not in control.
I tried to be a host in Doc's show for a while, but I failed miserably. Yay! I failed.
Oh
At
no.
least for a start.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've done that
Paula,
many times
it's
for him.
too bad you can't join us yet. At least I hope. I miss you, Paula. Come up here as soon as you can.
I
Join us.
do on my show. I do smoke medicine, so that's what I'm known for. I smoke my medical marijuana, and I'm licensed by the state for my health and well being. And I went to the dispensary and got a really good discount today.
Mm-hmm.
Today was a special day. Today was what's it called? Feel the love. What was it? That's the National Feel the Love Day. So at the dispensary, they gave me 20% off.
Mm-hmm.
I go, if y'all only feeling the love for one day, I think that's messed up. It should be every day the love, and you should give me the discount every day too. They started laughing. The
Mm-hmm.
whole dispensary cracking up. I go,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all only feeling the love one day, that's not enough for me. I need it every day.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were so happy. They were like, Rick, man, you're funny. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, thanks, not give me my medicine. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like to smoke on my show. I don't like to smoke off my show. It's because it helps me with my visions. It helps me
Mm-hmm.
concentrate even more. And I like to apply that for those who are on with
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Ye Heart Underground. Yo, what's up?
Hey,
Oh, hey,
welcome.
thanks for having
Welcome.
me. Nice to meet you,
Yo,
Tormir. Good
Nice
to
to
be
meet you
back with
too.
you, Rick.
yeah, got me, Rick Chermir, and Albie, aka Albert. There, he's a longtime supporter. Pretty cool dude.
Right on.
Um, got Paula in the chat room. I think she'll jump on hopefully a little later. I don't know what she's doing. Oh
Her
no, the
husband is.
dryer again. That hold on, the fucking dryer again,
She's
Paula.
yeah, laundry, and because I didn't sing at the dogs show, so I'm partially
Oh
guilty.
yeah, I know that. I don't mind the dryer. I don't mind the sound. If she could deal with it, I could deal with it. Bring that bitch. it's it's really that's a bad dryer.
Mm-hmm.
But Gee, it was
Mm-hmm.
nice running into you earlier and to touch base on the conversation with the mental thing with Dominic. Dominic does that. He starts talking, the way he talks, and he breaks things, and it kind of the energy fluctuates with him like that. It's just how he is. He's done that many times
Mm-hmm.
on different shows. So how you conduct it was perfect. You couldn't draw it any better, and I was entertained.
Okay, right on.
Mm.
So, dude, you're
I
off
had
to a
to
good start.
I had to drop out in the Seven Serpents show because I'm still at work, and at that time it got a bit busy, so I had passengers here and in the cab, so
Yeah,
I had to drop out, so I
Tiramir
didn't hear.
What's up?
Tiramir is broadcasting from Finland.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's four four in the morning.
You're at work right now? Oh, you
Yeah,
were at work.
yeah,
Okay.
I am working now. 4 in the morning.
Graveyard
In,
shift. That's killer.
Yeah, he's a taxi man.
yeah,
Nice.
I love graveyard shifts. I do only graveyard shifts, nothing else.
I hear
I
taxi men
don't.
have good brains because they have to memorize so much. All the
Yeah, but it comes with the experience. When you drive enough, you sort of start to have muscle memory also, like in sports or whatever you are doing. So it's sort of especially I have noticed that if there is some special event with a passenger, like some little funny miss or something a bit unusual, usually it helps the uh, brain to memorize the address where you took the passenger. So, but it's a lot about muscle memory. So it's just you run certain things with your autopilot on here in the car when you put the uh, when you when you when you do different things you often, I would say, 90% of the cases, if it's in the urban area, it's more or less almost autopilot on.
Right
You
Oh,
don't
on.
for
have to
sure.
even think about. You don't have to even think about what you're doing. Almost like
It's
it's
kind of like
all about.
music. You're like playing an instrument or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sort of.
Or playing sports
Yeah.
to them. Or, yeah, pretty
So,
much the same thing. So, for example, if you get an address, sorry, Rick, I just say quickly. For example, if you get an address and you know it, and you have been there before, you get an actually. For me, I get a mental image about the probably even about the house or apartment building where you're going to. You get an image in your mind. What what's your destination?
hmm.
So
Well, my
sorry.
thing was to break down Yeeheart. So
Oh,
since
you
I
want to
have
get
him
into
now,
what
I'm
that
going right
stuff?
to you. Um, I've heard, I feel you're really good with the charts.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
you are passionate with learning, especially certain ways of the forest. I know that for sure, and that your curiosity is so strong.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know where to start, honestly. Um, I like your format here because it's like really easygoing, and to be honest with you, I have so many things that I want to say usually when it comes to a forum, but I don't like talking that much. I'm more of like an undo kind of character. I'd rather like do things from behind the scenes, but probably should be doing something like this, like what you're
Hmm.
doing, and
Yep.
that's a hard pill to swallow. But it's actually kind of the chart itself is kind of telling me that. Um,
No, I am telling you too. That's
okay,
why
thank
I
you.
had to bring you on here
Right on. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll
because
take
I
it
feel
as
the
a.
energy. I feel it. I feel like you're supposed to be. We're supposed to be watching you.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Mm,
we're supposed to be watching you, and you have a lot to share, and you're so good with numbers and charting that I'm happy to have you here as an addition because there's others that I know that are into it too, but I don't think they're as good as you.
Wow. Okay. Well, where do you want to start? Like, what do you want to talk about?
Oh man, if you want to break me down, I'll throw myself to you and you break down my chart, and then you can show us what you're capable of.
Well, the first thing is to like, if I were to just like say, what if you want to get into astrology? What should you do? Is like, first of all, get away from the kind of pop culture aspect of it. And stop trying to like type yourself because it's way more complex than just like your personality. And
Hmm.
to me, like the serious occult aspect of it is where all begins, where it's like it almost becomes more about an initiation about how would like a sigil or like a magic circle or something like that, like how would it work really if you were like an expert trying to do something. And essentially what it comes down to is that like everything is intention. And while we do have this sort of antenna thing going on that Dominic was trying to like get at, there's also this other part of it, which is that we can make pacts with time. And so a lot of people use Western astrology, right? But
Hmm.
a lot of people will criticize that because it doesn't really exist in the sky anymore. So why do I use it? Why would anybody else use it? So the
Hmm.
idea is that there are um, astrological alignments, in particular with the seasons, being
Hmm.
really meaningful to the pagan traditions that existed around that was like precise on the dot around 180 to 150 BC, and the Greeks took previous iterations of the astrology systems and they created their own based on this. And so what you could try to understand about the Western system is that even though it's not really like um, accurate to the sky anymore, you can think of it like a projection. That projection and alignment with the seasons um, still exists because the sun, because the precession doesn't change, that fast, and so we're still roughly in the same months that correspond to each solar activation. So you could think of it like as like a computer chip,
Hmm.
but that primarily corresponds to your initiation and not how you correspond to like your society. So what most people care about is actually going to end up being found in the Vedic system, because if you start actually resonating with the things that exist in the Western system on a serious initiation level, you're going to actually have conflict. You're going to kind of get fucked up a little bit because the ascent. I mean, you remember I was talking about the breath on the show,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of stuff is like, what if you didn't really know how to do that kind of breathing stuff, but then the psyche stuff got activated so that you had to force yourself into a path to be able to learn that in the first place. So it's like it'll throw you out of your comfort zone, and anything within the chart could like get activated that uh basically will just it can mess you up, you know, and then you
Mm-hmm.
don't that and then so that I would say that when you're working with any kind of like system that uses that, which is like 99% of Western occultism, I would not advocate using that, but if you did, that's what's happening. So it's like a halfway initiation using these like other people's symbols and stuff, and then getting stuck in it without knowing with what you're really dealing with. So understanding the Western natal chart is like trying to get back to ground zero to see what's going on. So that's just ground level.
Okay.
So
Huh.
I'm sorry, that was a lot, and that's why I don't really like talking, because
No,
it's
no, because this is what we love.
yeah,
You,
sure.
this is our like you're like part of the group, right? We it's like an initiation, right? Nah, it's not really. You come in here, you speak. I know for a fact a lot about you already because I'm tapping into your energy. So I'm gonna start seeing things. So I relay what I see. And the type of work I do, I have a lot of witnesses, and they could contest and how well and how good I am with energy reading. Um, but I love the charts, right? Because I never got into it. I never really looked into it. It's because I'm so focused with my gifts and my capabilities, and it keeps me grounded. Like it doesn't let me going exploring to other like tools and information. And I'm always fascinated by those who can read the charts and let what houses certain planets, and this is in a retrogression, so this is what does, and and breaking down a chart. um, and there's not many people that know how to do it. There's some here that do, um, but I have a feeling that I don't know, there's something about you that is special, and we're glad to found you.
Right on, man. Well, I appreciate you too. What kind of stuff
Yeah,
do you see?
I see a lot. For you, I don't know. I'm looking around, right, and I'm just seeing this all white, like it's just like white background for right now, and in a little bit, images will start passing through. The longer I'm talking with you, the more things I'll start seeing, and sometimes they'll give me things that happened in the past or something that happened that's going to happen in the future, and then I could warn you if need be, or let you know something that you need to hear. So once you're in the group, you're kind of like in that cycle, and I got everybody in here. So the more, the better, because I get more energized. Man, I wish Maggie was up. Maggie, I know you're sleeping. I hope you're having a great night sleep. I know it's late in the UK. Um, Sorry I didn't come on earlier, but I was on 7 Serpent's channel, so you could check that show out. That was like a 3-hour show, and that's for Seven, that's not him. Seven usually does like an hour show,
Yeah.
maybe an hour and a half, and that's it. He doesn't try to go long or anything, but the show was so moving and inspiring, and it lasted 3 hours. And I'm like, shit, Seven, this is like what I do.
Yeah.
Am I rubbing off on you? He starts laughing. Clever, you're my brother.
It's crazy that you've known him for 6 years. That's really
Yeah,
good.
he is so magical. Let me bring in Vicky.
And that's it. Hey, Vicky.
Oh, she has me on
I tried-
YouTube.
Welcome.
Hey,
Hey, Vicky.
she's
I
gonna
need,
put
to
her.
drop, I need to drop out soon for a while, but
Go
I'll
ahead.
be back.
Alrighty,
All right,
see you.
Stormy. It's so nice to see a healthy community. You really do know your peeps. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, we are so linked, right, Vicky?
Hey there.
What's up?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, how you doing, love?
I'm good. I'm tired. Long day at work.
I could feel it in my neck. It's one of
Oh
those
my
days.
gosh, Rick, you're so crazy. That's so true.
Oh, I can feel that energy in the neck. It's like, oof. But yeah, you're glad to be
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, I was really I'm sorry. I saw that you guys had a long show on Seven Serpents today. I would have loved to have seen that. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch. But
It was good.
who's our new friend on here?
Yay! Heart Underground.
Howdy. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, my name's Vicky. What's your name? If you don't mind.
Well, just for right, I'm kind of like trying to figure out how I'm going to like present myself on YouTube, and I
Right
kind
on.
of have a little feeling of wanting
Yeeheart.
Undo.
All right, we'll call you Yeeheart then.
Yeah,
How's
you could
that?
say Yeeheart. That's fine.
Okay, cool. You can call me Sunshine or you can call me Vicky, whatever.
Yeah, you could call
I
me
really
Rick.
liked what you were saying though, man, like about the whole initiation thing and how you kind of go through it. And I definitely had that whole experience.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
went through experience too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff, and I think the beautiful thing is that like everybody's kind of got because of the way the charts work, is like everybody's first step is a different step in the cycle. So that's just, to me, that's just crazy.
Right on. Well, I'm definitely interested in learning more about, what it is that you're into, because we're all kind of into different stuff, and that's how we like learn from each other,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just like a brief bio, I guess I started meditating 10 years ago, like formally, and then a few years passed, and like, you have results with that, but I wanted to get a little bit into the occult, and I fell into some of the dark schools of thought. What I would consider dark now, but they're pretty. A lot of them are like mainstream, or like one of them is like Typhonian magic, or stuff that's related to Solomonic magic, or like stuff like using the names of permutations of the Tetragrammaton, like stuff like that.
Right.
And then I learned from another person. Some bad stuff happened, and I learned that there's this completely other way of looking at it, which is that maybe instead of trying to manipulate essences or like permutations of things, you can actually figure out what you are as a distinct entity and find out how the universe has a sort of pact with you to fulfill your own destiny, and like how would that produce results. And then furthermore, even like, what if that actually is a science that is coming that could be mainstream? And so that's kind of where I flip-flop back and forth between thinking in terms of occult, trying to advance my sense of my knowledge, and then finding out if there are any researchers who are going into like neuroscience and different things, and basically trying to protect and uphold the holistic side of these things. And I think that I found some of them. So
Right
that's some
on.
stuff that I'm into.
Right on. I'm definitely into the holistic side of things for sure. I think kind of all of us are in this whole little, group. I think it's really cool what everything you said so far. You've been doing this for a while, huh?
Yeah, inquiry wise for a while.
Mhm.
Find my own stuff, just like poetry and like figuring out what I want to manifest is like probably a little bit less.
Mhm.
Because I had to trick myself into taking it seriously in a different way.
Trick yourself. That's
Yeah, to play. It's like I had to trick myself into playing, I guess you could say.
okay. What type of poetry do you write? Do you write like personal kind of experience kind of stuff, or do you write more uh I don't know, just tell me what kind of poetry you write if you don't mind.
Sure. Like this one is a very short poem. You can see on my a thing. It says "Beyond to each and one and other,"
Okay.
uh, and the whole thing goes, yeah. So it's like beyond to each and one and other. There is no other that is their own, and one and all wherever found falls into other where each is shown.
Very cool. So very philosophical, kind of deep thinking, huh?
Yeah, but it doesn't come out like that. It's like comes out like a free write. Like I didn't really think about it, and I'm
Oh,
like
really? So that flows
analyzing
out
what.
like that? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's like giving me information, like, and so I've come to the conclusion that this is actually is a kind of an evocation of Antakarana. If you've ever heard of that concept.
What is that?
In simple terms, you can think of it like the philosophy of what the Bifrost actually is, like in um, Nordic symbolism, Nordic mythos. If you know,
Okay.
like the rainbow that like bridges all the nine worlds together,
Okay.
and the Antakarana is the idea of like these four parts of the self that manifest in a cyclical nature, where basically it reconciles life and death and turning death into transformation. Um, it's a Hindu, it's like a Vedic term, the Antakarana thing. It comes from that.
Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. I was gonna say, where did you pick that up in like Norse mythos, or
Oh, because the Bifrost is similar to the idea of like them all like existing as one process. Like the Bifrost is sort of like weird, like
Okay.
the because it goes from one state into another state, but it's always the same thing. And so the Antakarana in the Vedic system is like the idea of that.
Okay. Well, cool. I love your research. It's really cool talking to you. So, what was Rick
Yeah,
talking about as far as like your charts? Like what were you talking about there, Rick?
maybe I'll get them to break down my chart.
So you
And
read charts? Is that the deal?
Well, I mean, I tried to work more into like a meditative form. I'm good at reading my chart. I don't really read other charts. My beloved has been doing astrology for longer than 10 years, and I've picked up a lot. So I might be able to do. I don't do it as like a pastime. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I could probably pick up something.
Right on. I love how you refer to your beloved. That's so cool.
mm,
Well, I appreciate
yeah,
you asking all these questions and stuff.
Well, thank you for
I'm-
introducing yourself to me. Sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to kind of take over there, but
no,
yeah, my
it's
curiosity.
a hangout. You know how it works here, girl. You take over. You take over.
Don't let
She
me do
knows.
it, Rick.
Yeah, only here.
Right on.
No, that's why I wanted to bring him on here to expose him to our group here and what we do here. And we're a great group of individuals that I think we have about 7, 8, maybe 9 of us. That's like we haven't been here all 9 together at one time in a long time, but we have a good little group, and we don't mind adding more individuals because we're in the same journey. We're here at the intersection, and we're trying to make our way. Um, we're glad to pick up another along the way. Um,
I think that I don't really consider like myself as necessarily part of a group. I think that there's been, you know, individuals that whose paths that, have crossed that have stayed connected
mhm,
on different, levels over the years, which is really cool. I
mhm.
think I'm always fascinated I like to learn things and I like to hear what other people are into. And so that's kind of what keeps me hanging around.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
I
into
like
tarot
to
also.
good people too. I mean, that's hard to find. And, you
Yeah, that's
know,
true.
yeah. And we've all got different interests and different, our own little gifts or whatever. Which I think is really kind of interesting that all these different gifts can kind of come together and we can share that knowledge and learn from each other and experience with each other, which is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah. I think
yeah.
it's really cool that it's happening. I have this other group that it's more like a Discord group. I'll definitely invite if I could get anybody here on Discord. I'll invite you guys because I'm sure you'll all get you'll go play nice.
Yeah, yeah. We don't bite hard. The one that bites, she'll be here soon.
Yeah.
With Paula.
Don't let her scare you too much.
Don't let her scare you. She's a nice bite. It's enjoyable, but she can and will go for the juggler.
So, how did you run into all of us? I'm curious about that too.
I found them over at Sevens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
man.
Seven definitely is such a wealth of amazing knowledge. I love his particular
I love his
area of
show.
study and the knowledge that he shares with us. So,
Hmm.
definitely like if you're into the whole, I mean, I can't even specify it as Nordic. I mean, he just goes so much deeper than that. It's amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
The
So
sort
you
of like Vedic to Proto-Indo-European crossover. It's
Well,
sort of that kind of
definitely
stuff.
the Indo-European and just a really deep study into that. Sharing his knowledge of ritual, also sharing like how a lot of these occult practices, or even ancient cultures, just how they all intersect to some degree. And so learning about all of that, I think it's just fascinating. But I love his demeanor. He's got a very calm demeanor, just like you do. I find,
Yeah, that's what I like.
I find your voice very calming, but very informative as well.
I'm kind of like
Yeah,
part of the audit group, so it's like it's nice break because my energy is more like, hey, you're talking about that person who bites. Is like that's actually where I feel comfortable.
hmm,
If you remember me talking about the South Node and stuff, that's what I'm really obsessed about talking about right now because it just blows my mind. And I think that way I would put it is like you got energy going in and you got energy going out, and the energy going out, I guess it just blows my mind. Like it's kind of coming out of other people. So it's like there's energy going into you and there's energy coming out.
Well,
It's
so
coming out from other people and into you.
so that like as far as like electromagnetic beings, right? That our heart is considered a fifth brain, which operates electromagnetically. However, our heart is the only one that can be read wirelessly up to 15 feet from ourselves. Okay. And so, in that way, that energy field and exchange happens between humanity. I believe that's how we are all connected. I believe that, like,
Yep.
anciently, I believe that that's how, and when I say anciently, I don't even mean that. I mean, like, even in a higher consciousness experience, okay, let's say, in our connectiveness, that is how we became creator beings, and how we still are creator beings, but we just really forgotten through a lot of indoctrination and blah blah blah. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's
Did
what
you-
I mean when I say I'm part of the audit group, is trying to explain exactly in precise philosophical terms how the fuck that happened and how we're going to fight back. And
Yeah.
and so thank you for everything you're saying.
So, you know, as far as like the fighting back part, like, I don't like to refer it to it in like a fighting kind of, because that's such a negative energy stance. Okay. And from my experience in tapping into like what I refer to as the energy of all, okay, what I have experienced as just pureness, okay, the purity of that energy and light, where we still are individual, but we are actually very much connected, and where we actually create from, it's in that purity. So in purity is balance, right? And in purity there is, you know, absolute awareness. So in that state of being, all of the duality, all of the conflict, all of those lower and negative energy vibrations don't even exist, because you really can't actually create, in a place of purity and beauty if you have all of that going on around you. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, I understand the point of purity, but I don't consider conflict to necessarily be a negative energy. Before we like get into like semantics and stuff, I just want to say that I consider there to be like, when I talk about these two poles, like I kind of am trying to incorporate a lot of conceptual stuff. Like, so conflict to me would be representative of the North Node, because it's where things get dirty. It's where things like manifest, because like weightlifting, for example, is like a North Node activity, because you have to you have to push against the surface equilibrium of your nervous system like a balloon. You have to like press, and healthy conflict, where you are being done an injustice and simply fighting back because like this line that you've drawn in the sand is not being respected. It's sort of like that, right? And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And I think that that's just part of the whole system. And then from that point, you come back towards the other side of it, which is I think more like what you're talking about. You're finding like equilibrium. But the thing that, like, even though I agree with you, the thing that's difficult is that some people are going to chase the sort of the balance without taking the plate that's right in front of them, and they're going to play victim mentality before they ever try to figure themselves out. And those kinds of people very often will come to somebody who has done the work and pretend like they're a master, or pretend like they know more, and they also could like find it meaningful to start getting into politics and start controlling and changing things. And so this is why conflict is like it's like that song by Hylon. I'm not sure if you heard it. I don't have it off the top of my Craig Salder.
It's I really like what you're saying. I'm really connecting to a lot of what you're saying, because I have carried a lot of personally, I've carried a lot of victim mentality. So I appreciate definitely what you're saying and can understand it from that perspective as well. Learning how to set those boundaries, like, you know, drawing that line and that kind of thing, and not carrying a victim mentality for sure. Unfortunately, our society, I think, is, you know, for generations now, if not for centuries, humanity has unfortunately been used as, you know, pawns in, you know, the battle for power kind of thing. And in that,
Yeah, I agree.
have definitely, you know, ingrained in our DNA a lot of that victimhood, you know, whether it's conscious or subconscious even. And
Yeah, totally agree.
yeah, so breaking free from that is definitely, um, you know, it is going to take talking about it for sure. You know, you just can't skip over it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really all I mean. But oh, by the way, I
Mhm.
found the lyrics. Is it all right if I just? They're just like it's like a 20-second clip right here.
Go for it. Oh, will he
But
get
I'll say it. I mean, just a
okay?
20-second lyric. So it goes like in the middle of the song, he's doing like Proto-Indo-European reconstruction, and then he switches to English, and then he goes, "What am I supposed to do if I want to talk about peace and understanding, but you only understand the language of the sword? What if I want to make you understand that path that you chose leads to downfall, but you only understand the language of the sword? What if I want to tell you to leave me and my beloved ones in peace, but you only understand the language of the sword? I let the blade do the talking, so my tongue shall become iron, and my words the mighty roar of war. Revealing my divine anger's arrow shall strike all action for the good of all. I see my reflection in your all eyes, but my new age has just begun. The sword is soft in the fire of the furnace. It hungers to be hit and wants to have 100 sisters in the coldest state of their existence. They may dance the Mattis and the Morris of the red rain, beloved brother enemy. I sing my sword song for you, the lullaby of obliteration, so I can wake up with a smile and bliss in my heart."
Hmm, that's very powerful.
Very
And
Dark 2.0.
Dark, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's the
Very Dark
series, right?
2.0 energy. Hmm.
Dark from 2017.
No. Doc, a person we know.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Dark Illusion, or
Mm-hmm.
Twilight Lilith, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
no, but also very you know who I was thinking of is Black Earth Productions. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah, that guy. He's amazing.
Right? That's what that reminded me of. He is amazing.
Yeah, I got
And
into
he's
his.
very, I mean, talk about somebody who uh has first of all experienced the attack, okay? You
Yeah,
know, oh my goodness, and you know, walks through that path for real. I really like his teachings as well. Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely recommend Sethicus Boza's stuff, Black Earth Productions.
Yes.
I consider him like a formal mentor who sort of set me right in respect to all that dark occult shit. I mean, to be honest with you, I never did any rituals when it came to that kind of stuff. I never like really, but I mean, just by proximity, it has an effect on you. And
Hmm.
what people are looking for that when it comes to like the occult, like you want to be in a ritual, you want to doing magic circles and stuff. The 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 indigenous practices, the extensive ones, they have all of that. It's just not immediately apparent. It's like encrypted
Hmm.
into the mythos, and you're sort of supposed to recreate it. And I mean that takes me back to the science stuff. Like I really think that some of these guys are figuring it out, and that's kind of like my that would be my addition to the war front, which is like this guy Carl Friston is a neuroscientist, and he's really representing the circle, like in
Right on.
powerful terms. I was gonna send a video of it to Rick, but I don't have premium, so it's like it goes over the limit. But other guys
You
are
can't put
getting.
a link to what you're talking about or whatever in the chat.
I made my own video, and it's too many megabytes.
Oh,
Let me
You
see. Can I
can't
put
put
it
just
here?
a link to it. I don't understand.
Yeah, but it doesn't like highlight. It's like then you have to like fish it out of this long, boring video, and I'd rather just give you the clip, you know. But sure, yeah, I can give you that too.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, you know, I think that's what I find very fascinating about what you're talking about. Okay, and I don't know what it is as far as like within myself, where I mean, I don't want. I far from see the world in, you know, rainbows and unicorns. Okay. So I'm not like, I don't have those rose colored glasses on, you know, but I do find it difficult to access my own power. And I think that as a, um, I have a lot of, let's put, I have a lot of respect for those who know how to access their power. And I think that that's something that I've been fearful of accessing within myself. I'm not sure why. I want to say that it goes back again into my DNA, back again into my lineage. I do know that I'm direct descendant from Viking lineage, and I also feel that, you know, there was a lot of persecution that went on there because of the power that was within my lineage. Okay. So it's on one hand, yeah, I feel the intuitively that, you know, I have access to this great power, but also intuitively, I also know that I was persecuted, you know, greatly because of it. And so it's kind of like this mixed conundrum within myself. How do I, you know, all I can continue to do really that I know of, that I've been doing really, is to try and heal that part of my DNA and that part of my lineage so that, you know, I can have the courage to access that power again. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for, you know, those who are able to access that power. So what do you think about like the whole, I know you're into the whole science end of all of that. What do you think about you know, the whole DNA part of that, and that our DNA holding on to, you know, that kind of stuff from our lineage?
I think, well, I think that the magic, I think, is in like the protein folding it part of ourselves. So like the RNA DNA cycle where it turns into ATP. I think that's where we're gonna find out where like what is encoded gets like re-encoded. So like you're not just your ancestors, you're also like a unique like let's say that you had kids,
Okay.
or you have kids, right? So it's
Uh-huh.
like there are certain things that will correspond to certain children from certain ancestors because it was meant to be that way, because that's the actual individual that's incarnating. So it's like the ancestor reincarnating is part of that process, and in order for it to come to fruition, the person has to sort of like attain the blessing. And I think that happens at birth,
Mm,
where it's like passed on. There's a half of it gets passed on, which is like the raw information, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle where it actually needs to be integrated, interpreted by the character. And so
mm.
in terms of like my spiritual influence, I think that a lot of like the dark magic stuff, while on one hand it's like this ugly part of the history, it's also part of the evolution of the world, where like
Mhm.
what existed before was probably departing from what we think of as like that kind of existence. And so it's like the legend of Apophis, or like the snake that we are sort of like the seed blossoming inside of Apophis and cutting off its head and taking over. So we are like the ancestors are sort of like half they. I mean, you have to understand, like when an individual dies, the body dies, a part of the soul dies, and I think it reverts to that state of existence. But that's also the state that gets passed on, and then when it becomes an individual, the soul kind of bursts. Oops, I just took off my headset. Sorry.
That was quite a burst.
So yeah, the soul spark like bursts forth and reintegrates and rejuvenates the virtue and the blessing that was waiting to be attained by the previous ancestor. And like in that sense, we're sort of like connected. But the blood is definitely like, you know, important. It's not like it's lesser. It's just I guess it's like our personal encoding.
Well, the blood has so much information.
I was gonna add. I mean, so do you think that there is a reason why, you know, they are collecting our DNA?
Yeah, because they think that they can make counterfeit, but it'll never. You know, if anybody's doing out that, it's just gonna fail.
It won't work, right? Okay.
But it could create mental battles.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
What are you getting from all this, Rick?
I'm getting high as hell. I'm feeling good.
Nice.
Has me blowing like crazy. I've been blowing like a champ.
Like a mental high, or just a
mental high. Putting the pictures
right?
together.
Me too.
It's like it's kind of like a 3D puzzle, right? You have all these pieces, and you're just putting them together.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm hearing, I'm building. I'm a master builder. I'm a master number 22. Old school 22.
Right on.
So for me, my duties are more to help others, be there for others, be the bridge. It's a pretty cool thing, you know, what I've been doing for a few years. Or like 5-6 years now. Coming up, it's gonna be 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And certain people have certain energies, and you definitely, sir, have certain energies. And I'm picking up on it. I'm not the only one either.
Mm-hmm.
There's others that are picking up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad thing. And the person who relayed you to
Max Ehart, like as far as are you picking up on energies as well?
I'm picking him up. I'm picking him up also with Doc.
You should send me a video to this Doc person. See if I can.
Doc Illusions. He knows. Hold on. I'm getting communications.
Here, I'll go ahead and get to Doc's channel and drop in a link. Seven's in the chat right now. You gonna jump on, Seven?
Seven? If he wants to come on, I don't know if he's working.
Let me find a link to Doc's. So can you see you want me to put it in the YouTube chat, Ehart, or do you want me to put it in the StreamYard chat?
You could do it either way. I got both open.
Okay, cool.
Oh boy, we're gonna see if we can try to get him come through. See who else we could fish out of the pond. That's what I feel like I'm doing. Fishing. Fishing for the psychics, fishing for energy. I pick them out. Like, I know individuals because I'm very good with energy reading. So I start feeling people, it's kind of like the lottery. And today I got
That's right.
Yeehart.
Can we win the lottery and all go to Europe together? That'd be great.
We got Yeehart. And I was like, I felt like I won the lottery. I invited him over to the show here because it's just an extension from Seven Serpents. Who
You're
is
crazy,
here.
man. You treat me
Here's
like a
Seven
celebrity.
Serpents. Hey, Seven, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Joe's been pretty good.
Awesome. Yeah, I was hoping
What
you
you-
were going to laugh.
Dude, like it's just like when we're all together. It's all of our shows together, so it's not like everyone takes over and then have
Yeah,
their
sometimes
say.
it
and
is
so forth.
like we just have the same show on different channels.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the continuation. It's like the after hours. Oh, but Seven, you're free tonight.
Yeah, off work tonight.
Nice. Well, we have Yeehart here.
Yeah, so that's great.
It's a pretty cool dude, man.
Yeah.
Right? You think he fit in? He fit in with the group.
Yeah, I really liked him coming on earlier.
Yeah. I think you could be a part of the group, and we got a good, nice bonding circle. Where is Paula? Paula, if you're where, Paula, where are you? Your driver should not have been going that crazy. You need to bring your butt on here. Me and Paula have to go at it sometimes. She's such a sweetheart, but she's on fire. She's the lion. She's such Leo energies. It's goodness gracious.
Trying to get
She's-
you a clip of this Carl
Energy
Friston
strong.
video.
Her energy strong. It's like it's a roar. I hear it. If I could hear it, you're making improvements. Because she can roar. And she's not a bad person. She's a good person, sweetheart. For sure. Got a lot of good individuals on this channel that come through. And very unique. They'll blow your mind. It's so good. Good information. And we keep it at a cool, calm volume, where it's relaxing. Like some channels I can't watch. I'm like, okay, I know the rule is you're cool. I feel your energy and so forth. But I cannot watch it. I don't know why. The energy is so high. And it's just individuals. It's not him so much because he does hype it up high, but it's mostly the guests that come on. And the energy is just overwhelming. And I get overwhelmed easily. So that's like a show I like. It's hard for me to watch. It has to be like nice and chilled. Nobody's like, "Rrr." Sometimes we have that rrr comes out, and that rrr comes out like rrr. It's not. It's pretty tough, and it's like, oh shit, Godzilla, that bitch is out again. Oh, who's gonna throw at her? Yeah, it's a cool show. It's peaceful. Where we hang out, pretty much. Do some psychic readings. I did a lot of psychic readings in the past.
This
Oh,
show's
I did
always
so
got,
much.
a chill vibe to it.
Yeah.
And we had the show. Everybody was on here. It was really cool. Really cool. Go back. You see.
I'm gonna have to watch today's show, Seven. I was at work, so I missed it. So
Damn, that
I
show was
heard it was
good.
a good one.
That show was good. That's 3 hours. That's just gonna put you to sleep. I'm just telling you. I know. But because I
I'll
fall
have to
asleep when
catch up
Seven's
this
talking.
weekend then.
Every time Seven talks, I'm like, God damn, I gotta go back to sleep. It's like he's too relaxing. He's too relaxing.
You know what? I do that a lot too.
And
Not that
falling
you put us
asleep
to
to you.
sleep, Seven, but you do have that super calm voice. Like it
I'm like,
works.
damn it.
Yeah,
What
it's
I'll
kind
do
of
is
a,
I'll put my
it's kind of
earbuds on and
a, it's kind
I'll
of a
put my
double-edged
earbuds on
sword.
this weekend and go out into the garden and catch that 3 hour show. So, I got something good to listen to while I'm playing in the garden. That'll keep me awake.
It was so good. It was good.
Right
Everything.
on.
The whole show was. I was impressed. I
But
was
I
like,
do
damn,
like
a
listening to
3 hour
like
show.
the hour-long ones that you do, Seven, where you're teaching us, and not the live ones, but where you've like put something together. And I do really enjoy listening to those, like when I'm laying in bed and I just need to wind down, and I learn so much, and they're just perfect for me at that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into doing those more, but I've just got the StreamYard and been able to live stream for a while, so I'm having fun with it. But
Right.
What you need?
once
What you
that
You
need to
got
wears
do?
off,
really
I'll start doing the other type in
well, you
between.
got really good putting all the pictures together and
Yes.
taking us through stuff, and you got really good at doing that on your phone. That's like pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I still don't know how to do that.
Yeah, right?
I only set up the show from the phone. It makes it easier. But putting all that stuff together, and you're really good with that.
Yeah, it looks like it was done in a 3D program.
Right?
The
He
the
does a great
symbol that
job.
he's got right there.
Yeah.
I
He
just
just does that
started.
all on his phone, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just started learning Blender. It's pretty. It's just tedious.
Yeah, that's just the art tool for my Photoshop. All those circles you see are actually period, full stop. I
Mm-hmm.
just blew them up really big and then colored them, put some shade on them.
Oh, you
Right
can like
on.
rotate it in that app and stuff. Like rotate
No,
3D.
I came up with all that. I just drew the little parts and pieces and put it all together. It's more of a drawing than a program.
Okay.
Are you talking about your avatar that's on your screen
Yeah.
right now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm talking about like when you put a video together and you include all of the information, all the text, all of the pictures.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you do that all on your phone too, and that amazes me that you really got that dialed in.
yeah. Yeah, it
That's
helps
some
so
old
much
school
to
shit.
have the images to go along with everything.
Yeah.
I think that would make your show more like watchable and more in tuned to it. The way you were just going through it with the phone and showing us. Oh,
Pictures and stuff and
oh
reading the
yes.
text.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was so good.
definitely. You got you've gotten really great at that.
The information, the studying, the you could tell, when someone studies it and they could have it programmed into their minds and they just release it back to individuals.
Well, one idea I had is, well, you kind of helped me with this idea, Rick. That is to do those, get one ready, and then do a premiere of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, after the premiere, I could do maybe an hour-long live chat if anybody wanted to come on and talk about whatever was in
Well,
the movie.
yeah,
Good
that
idea.
sounds a great idea. That everyone watches it and then get together and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been trying to do that for the longest. I love that. I love that type of stuff. It's like studying together. I used to love that.
See, that really works for me because I have such a hard time like picking up text, and you guys study so much, and I always start to feel like I don't know enough, and I should be doing
Nah,
more and everything. So for me, it just so works. I've learned so much from you guys.
man, you're
I'm sure you
here.
guys
You
would love for me to pick up a book
wait a
and
minute.
read on my own,
You
but yeah.
you're not new. Wait a minute. I
What
think
do you
she's lost
mean?
in time. She is not new. Okay, don't let her fool you. She's been around for over 5 years. So
But everything I learned from these guys. I didn't do it too much on my own, besides my own intuition.
listen, don't let her fool you. She's part of the dream team, the originals. So she's been on here very long, and I love you, man. You're so awesome.
Thanks, Rick.
So funny.
Give me way too much.
She's so. It's her energy. It's infectious. It's good energy, and that's why I like the show. How it is. It's good energy. Everyone has their certain gifts, and that's fine. If we share our gifts, that's even better. But it's like we're all have our own gifts, and we got to understand our own gifts. We know our gifts. You know what you're capable of. And
Yeah.
it's special, especially if you're in tune. It makes it even more special. But it's kind of like a brand new car. I don't know. It's just like and it's the one that you love. Like that's how it feels.
Is there any way to send a picture in the chat?
Let me see. I don't know. I haven't been exploring too much on here. Let me see if I can do that. If I can let you or what I have to do.
In the StreamYard chat,
I've never done this
probably
before.
like enlarge Seven Serpents, and then he can turn on his
Enlarge
screen,
them?
turn on his cam maybe, and I no, because that's just a visual cam.
You can share screen.
I don't.
Yeah.
I have the picture on my phone.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
trying to
don't think it'll
remember.
let him
I don't
share other
remember.
pictures.
Yeah, I don't remember how that worked
Mm-mm.
on StreamYard. I don't think we ever tried that on StreamYard.
He could if he was on a computer, then he could share screen that way, but not through his phone.
Huh.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
we're still learning.
I wanted
We're
to
still
get you
learning.
to look at something because it might be another possible hit on your psychic impression.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know if can he drop a like link to a picture in the StreamYard chat?
Well, a while back you were talking about like you saw some type of gargoyle looking.
Who me?
Rick said
Oh,
that.
okay.
Well, that's something. A long time ago, there was I kept having dreams of this spirit, and it was like a bull spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sort of like protective of me. That's mostly what it was doing, is just like circling around me and just watching like all around me in a circle.
You said
Well,
a bull, like a cow bull or whatever with horns or whatever.
like half person, half bull, almost a
Okay.
little demonish looking,
Okay.
but it sounded a little similar to what Rick was describing. But the crazy thing is, and this brings up a whole other subject of what can we actually use AI for, and I'm kind of sketchy to start messing with AI using magic, because I typed its name in, and it's a very unusual name.
No.
I typed its name into AI, and it came out with a picture of it. It freaked me the fuck out.
No way. The picture of what was in your dream?
Yeah.
No,
And this was
dude.
an ongoing thing. It was for years. I had experiences with this thing, and then I typed
Man,
its
that's
name
enough
into
to trip
AI,
me for
and
real.
a pretty accurate picture came out of it. I was like, okay, I'm done. I didn't even mess with it for a while after that.
Right? Oh my gosh.
See me, I push the buttons. I'm like, all right, let me find out what's over there. And now my curiosity picks up. I'm like, yeah, I can stay back there. Let me figure out what's up. I don't know. I'm curious. That's like
But I
when it
think
comes to like haunted places. It's like I'm so sensitive that I can feel their energies.
That's some pretty crazy ideas. What's going on with that AI shit?
Yeah,
That AI shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's
getting
so
weirder by
nuts.
the day.
They're super smart. They listen to everything.
So I remember kind of doing a little dive into the whole like quantum computers. It's maybe 5 or 6 years ago, the D-Wave computer and stuff, and how they were talking about how they're sending AI through that quantum technology into other dimensions and bringing information back. And then you like think about, well, like what the heck is happening with CERN? And that's definitely doing some portal opening. And they have what in CERN they have what are called layer locks. We kind of did a dive into the whole CERN thing too, when you can actually go onto their website and then you can look at like the data technology as things are happening at all the different uh, like Alice and main CERN and all of them. There's like 5 of them now, and the data like they have what are called layer locks. I'm like a den, like a layer. I'm like, well, and then they were like some of the things that they were naming things. It was just bizarre. I mean, that whole place is bizarre anyway, but they're definitely opening some portals and jumping into something else and bringing information back or entities back. Who knows what they're doing? I don't think they even really know what they're doing.
I just see things. The human race, they're smart, but not that smart. It's like we give them too much credit. I feel like they've just been helped. They've been helped, and it's like you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of deal.
Yeah, interesting.
And you help me out, I'll help you out. And look where civilization is right now compared to the 60s.
Definitely a major leap in technologies for sure.
So, who benefited from that deal?
But if you've got something going on like that, like what Seven just talked about, I mean, they're talking about how AI can now is now able to read our own emotions as well. So, I mean, how much of our consciousness already is AI?
This reminds me of another live stream that Seven had. We was talking about like what are those sort of plugins into. I can't remember how you worded it. It's like
the man is here.
I mean, I was thinking when you started talking, I immediately thought like, well, what are the plugins into black magic? But you had like you phrased it a different way.
Oh, Hyperborean plugin.
Well, whatever it is, like the plugins where it's like
Seven, he's yours.
If you if you think about like what would replace a higher consciousness in terms of virtue, manifesting like a link.
I love this.
Like we play with those archetypes, but you can also like degrade the archetype and then sell it to the people. That's kind of how I interpreted what you were talking about.
Right.
So basically we're like with the question of like what is like are we already like AI as humans? Well, I feel like that's what it is. We've been reinforced. We've had like the surface level of these archetypes kind of like beamed at us without any of the substance of it, and then we play out the counterfeit version of what that virtue actually is. And I think it's sort of like kind of like jury rigs the metaphysical the grid work itself, and it responds to it, but then you only get like the counterfeit life infusion or whatever.
So that's where like symbolism, like people don't realize how much symbolism is being forced upon us every second of every day through just everyday things, whether it's, taking a walk through the grocery store and all the symbolism that's on the, advertising on the, products that we buy, or, if you're glancing at, I mean, anything, the symbolism is everywhere. Okay. And so, how is that subconsciously bombarding us and, influencing humanity already? And how long has it been doing that for?
Yep.
Something I think about is, have you noticed, like with commercials, that sometimes you'll see a commercial and it's almost like a mini drama. The commercial's really long and there's like a whole story going on in the commercial. Then a few weeks later, it's like sliced down to about half that length.
Mhm.
A couple months after that, it's a short snippet. And then a while after that, they just show like a blurb of that commercial. But you play that whole scene back in your head every time, even when you see just a flash of that commercial.
Mm.
And they cut it off,
Crazy.
but you'll play the whole thing out in your head. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of these, with the symbolism going along with the psyops that they pull, we're getting indoctrination along with certain,
Mhm.
even if they're metaphorical symbols. And after a while, after they've had that indoctrination play out, all you've got to do is see that one little symbol, and it plays the whole scenario back in your mind. Hey, I
Indeed.
got a call. I got to jump off and take real quick. I'll jump back on in just a minute.
Right on,
All
7.
right, 7. Take care of that. Man, for a second, in my head it was going on a roller coaster ride.
Why?
Just listening to 7, it's just super relaxing. And I'm on the roller coaster ride. It's like, no, this is not sleepy time. We're doing a show.
It's so true. It's so true what he was saying, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think about like the Mandela effect and like what the heck's going on there.
Yeah.
And then I also think about like car symbols. Okay, all these different cars. Like they did this whole transition at one point where all the logo for the different major car makers, and they're all very similar in some way. They all kind of represent like the winged planet, really, if you look at it. And so what is that trying to subliminally show us all? Like things like that. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is. And they're pushing it on us. They're still pushing it on us. So
Mhm.
it's just every day we're picking up shit. It's like,
David,
hey, what's up, Albie?
it was me who was trying to say
Okay.
Hey T, how's it going?
Hey, Timir.
end of the shift, so I can't wait to finish the job and start the weekend.
Right
Oh,
on.
Yay!
nice.
I'm
I hope it's a busy
I'm
weekend.
I'm, I'm winning this.
Congrats.
I
So,
hope he.
but
I hope
yeah,
he has a busy weekend.
seven's reminding me of David Snyder, who is teaching about hypnosis and who has
Mm.
a lot of viewers in his channel, and he told about he mentions about advertisers, like they know exactly. I can't remember the name of the book. It was about the reptilian brain in the human mind, and how the advertisers know exactly how to uh, hit hit the reptilian brain with a commercial. Like they know exactly what they are doing.
All that means is they did a test behind the scenes and they put animals through torture to get results on.
So the reptilian, isn't that the fight or flight kind of thing?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
fear,
and
basically.
they know how to push the buttons like to
That's
get a
it.
certain reaction in the mind,
Mm-hmm.
and which makes you then act in a certain manner regarding commercials and advertisement.
Yeah.
So
Right
Yeah,
on.
to me, the thing that creeps me out a little bit is that in my research, I've come to the conclusion that I could be wrong, but I think that the reason why they know so much about it is because it's actually what they consider to be like the greater good, which is to essentially um, awaken this like undead archetype. It was like when you were talking about the DNA sunshine, and if
Yeah.
you were asking about that,
Mm-hmm.
I the if you look up the Bornless ritual, it's like the ritual that was used in a lot of the thelemic stuff and a lot of what like pop chaos magicians use. If you go and look and like analyze that, it's kind of like talking about like if you were to die and then like see if you were to like die and then have that part of your consciousness that is like glad to be alive to for that to start to become like the main part of you and you initiate into that and what it essentially seems like what's happening is that they're taking a traumatized part of yourself and raising it that trauma up to the point where it's that it's kind of like mounting an egoic defense against the world because it's like look, I've seen the truth, I see the error of my ways, but it's not actually the human being, it's not the signal that's coming from the heart. um
Wow.
and from that position, if you really like let that influence you, you still have the shadow of the memory of what it was like to be a human being, so you reinterpret everything from this position to essentially start analyzing things in the way that Termir is saying, and then everything from that perspective looks like care because they don't know what a triumphant person feels like because all there is just this kind of care, and it's like I shouldn't even say care because it's not care, it's like
Mm-hmm.
something else. It's like
Mm-hmm.
manipulative. It's like pulling you into your weak spot so that you can feel comfortable and not notice the dregs creeping up on you, and then eventually to the point where you don't even know the difference between um, pleasure and pain, whatever it is that happens to them.
Wow. Wow. What you're saying right now is really impactful. That is really enlightening a lot of kind of awareness into my own, like, I don't
Well,
want to
because
say
this is what they
resistance,
do to
but
women.
I mean, it just really makes sense to me what you're saying.
Yeah, this is what they do to women, and this is what people
Yeah.
who get into like meditation who don't have like proper protection or the good community,
Right. Okay.
they get pulled into this way of seeing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, the thing that really like a personal pet peeve is like I don't watch TV anymore, so I never come across it. But back like years ago,
Why am I seeing this game? Is a game that is played on the floor. It's like old school, like I feel like
Twister.
Blades. For some
Blades.
reason, it's called Blades.
Beyblade. That's funny.
Why you used
Let
to
her
be in
rip.
that?
No, I never did it, or I never had anything to do with it. But I always thought it was cool. Like I always just like, like let her rip. It's like hell.
Yeah.
Like have you? There's like an anime, and I saw a clip from the
Hmm.
anime, and I like just like burst out laughing because it's so over the
That
top.
that message came through to me.
What is that game? What are you talking about? I thought you were talking about Twister. What are you talking about?
I'll let Yi explain it.
Oh, okay, for sure. It's just like play tops. like spinning tops, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think it's probably a Japanese like toy company that turned it into like a new thing where they took plastic, really extreme kind of like marketing to young kids, where and then they made like a whole universe storyline around it where it's like Pokemon but with tops, like, and they're like the size of race cars where they shoot these giant things and they're like hoping that they win, and the whole thing's like Beyblade, let her rip.
Yep. Man, there was one year. It was a Christmas. It was like from hell at Toys R Us. I was working that night at Toys R Us, and the fucking Blade shit. They used to call it the Blade shit because they all wanted this thing, and it was just so hyped, and it was selling out. They were like, "Oh, but I'm looking for this." I'm like, "Well, it's not gonna grow out of my ass. Like, we're out, we out." You know, and that energy working there was so aggressive, and it's like that's what kind of made me like hate, like not really hate, but probably dislike Christmas a bit because it's like I saw how the parents acted and how aggressive they got, and I go, it's supposed to be a good time of the year, and you guys are acting like bitches. Like, I don't know. I lost faith. Yeah. But Christmas, like the week, I would say like starting like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, the last week is always busy, always restocking. Fucking kids. And that was like under my tongue. That's what I used to say while I was working there. It's like it's fucking kids.
It's Christmas is such a make believe time, and it's kind of this whole blade, let it rip. Like I feel like we were talking about TV and like it's like ripping this band-aid off, the ripping the band-aid off of, what's
Mm-hmm.
coming to my mind is Doc saying the whole love and light stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and ripping that band-aid off, which I think is kind of we were touching on it there for a second
That's
because
my
that is
boy.
a place where people go where they seek out healing or whatever, they seek out like whatever from outside themselves instead of learning how to do it for themselves kind of thing. And
Yeah, this that archetype manipulation counterfeit bullshit.
counterfeit, yeah. Interesting.
What, like, like when Disney characters, they do that weird like sideways smile when they're like that's
I know
so
what
vague. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah,
That I remember when I was a kid
it's the
thinking like, oh,
mockery.
this is like intriguing. Like, why are they acting so weird? I'm a kid, and I think, and then now like I'm older, I'm like, yeah, part of me knew something was fucked up. I just didn't really know what it was. It's yeah, I think that's like another good example.
It's the mockery. Like they get off on the mockery for sure.
They
Yeah.
turn into monsters. Really,
Yeah,
not really
they get
here.
off on the mockery.
That's crazy.
So
Like,
we're
yeah, it
getting
is. I experienced it.
all of these spiritual gifts. We're now gonna make you, fall into the trap of commercializing that instead of, learning how to, grow in your own spiritual
Yeah.
self and
And,
awareness and grow your own spiritual gifts, which we were actually born with, but
mhm.
we lose slowly but surely through indoctrination rather than cultivation.
Yeah, and then they come and then they fire you.
Mm.
What you actually what you made me realize, Gerhard, is what you said about watching TV. Like when I started to be more involved in magic and with the spirit world, I have no I understood now that my time around TV, watching TV, has reduced almost 99%. during the week. Like I used to watch TV a lot more, but now it's more about like reading books, listening to audiobooks, or listening to interviews. Um I watch almost solely uh, certain ice hockey games which I choose to watch, and that's about it. Or certain TV programs, but I am very selective what I watch in the TV if I watch at all. And sometimes I just play with some uh, Xbox or something for maybe an hour or so. But I don't really watch TV anymore. I don't know if it's a result of this all kind of wokeism and the leftist stuff, and also result of working with the spirit world. But anyway, I just realized that my time around TV has been going down significantly
Damn, this
what
Northern
it
Lights smell good.
was.
So
So
here's my experience over the past year. I didn't have like cable television for, a couple of decades,
That smells
uh,
good.
and I just moved into a community where they pay for part of the HOA is they pay for uh, it's included, the cable TV is included,
Okay, it's part of the agreement.
part of the HOA, yeah. So
Okay.
over the past year, and I mostly, watch like, Discovery Channel, History Channel,
Mm-hmm. It's
home
a good show.
improvement shows, stuff like that. I don't really
I
watch
love
like
that too.
sitcoms
You
or
like
anything
that? You know which one I like? I like the tiny house.
like
That's
I
my
I
favorite.
like the Alone and
The tiny
Negatively Afraid.
houses.
I like bushcrafting and survival stuff.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
love all that. I love that. I used
yeah,
to
what
watch
I
it all
can
the
say
time.
though about that is over the past year, because I have had access to that unfortunately in watching those kinds of shows, you also get bombarded with the commercials. And I've
Mm,
noticed, however, that my whole it only has uh so they play a lot of like food commercials, right? So then you're triggered into like wanting to eat. And then so it's just triggering all these unhealthy habits, right? And then, then they're flashing all the medication, and then they're flashing all it's almost like you're being programmed back into like this really unhealthy state of being. And I can say that for sure over the past year, it has not been healthy for my mind, body, and spirit to even
mm,
indulge, watching cable television.
mm,
So I appreciate you being on right now.
mm. No,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. It's really
So,
come to my consciousness, and it's something that I need to pull away from. And um, yeah, so this definitely
but
having an opportunity to listen to you guys and just kind of, because I even got away from YouTube for a while, and we all know that. But
me too. I did it.
yeah,
We all
so
took a
to be
break.
able to come back to,
Doc took
you
a
know,
break. I took a break.
having intellectual conversation and you know,
Have a good
it's
time again.
so so much healthier for mind, body, and spirit. So
Yeah, it's more
I want to
relaxing
thank
for
you all for
us.
that.
When we communicate with each other, we're here as a group. It's so therapeutic too. People, it's all around.
What gets
Whatever.
me is
but
though
I
that's
wish
such a trap, and it's such a trap for elderly people. Is really, I guess where I was
Yeah.
going with that.
Maggie, we're not talking about you, girl. I love you. I hope you're sleeping tight.
Who are you talking
but
about?
Maggie,
I was
Oh, is
she's
she
I was
sleeping.
here?
won-
Nah, she's dreaming. I
Oh,
was thinking about her because
oh,
that's the comment she's gonna be laughing at.
oh. Well,
Vicky, you ever?
I fall in that category too, Rick. So because it's that kind of community. So
Yeah,
while I might be the youngest in the community, that is the community. And so
yeah.
to offer stuff like that in HOAs and communities like that, it just, unfortunately, it just helps keep our elders in a sickly state as well.
Mm.
Mhm.
Vicky, you reminded me again as well. I have been. Um, I thought about what you said about commercials like food and candy and all this unhealthy, yeah,
Mhm.
well, unhealthy food and so forth. So I have been wondering if it's really like planned that not in YouTube only, but also in Facebook, like you get tons of advertisement regarding like potato chips and ice cream and all this
Fast
kind of
food. Yes.
unhealthy stuff. And then when you start try to look at like let's say if you like luxury watches or luxury houses and want to go towards your dreams and build your life towards your dreams or goals, whatever you might have, you never get advertisement about those things. Like you get those always sort of pull back to the gray area of people with a similar, like it's all how to say it in English. Like you want to be, they want to pull you back, wanting to be same as everyone else, wanting same things,
Mhm.
and like Kiyosaki says that you go to uh, what's the wheel with regular job and not having dreams and so forth. Like they really
Yes.
try to kill your dreams with commercials.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
never get I never get advertisement about luxury watches or cars or luxury uh, whatever it may be. It's always like unhealthy stuff or stuff or an
Exactly.
unhealthy
Or
lifestyle
like
or
just shit in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And
So
then I think about like how it's just, here it is being offered in an elder community. And I mean, look at what our society has done in the way that we, our ancestors used to, cherish the elder. It's just like how they kill our intuitive gifts as children, that in our ancient cultures, that was something that was cultivated in a child. And they grew up to be able to be an intricate part of the community, um, utilizing that their gift, because that was what was cultivated. And and then our elders were cherished, because they were the ones who had honed their spiritual gifts, and contribute that knowledge and to the community. And it's all just so been erased. It's just been erased. It's disgusting.
Hmm.
It's just disgusting.
I rolled me another joint.
Smoke
You
it
know
for me.
what? I'm gonna have to say goodnight for the night, though.
You know already.
I'm up at 5 a.m. for work, so
Oh
Get
shit,
some
Tormir
sleep.
left too. All right.
Get
yeah.
some sleep. Enjoy yourself.
Well, good
Have a
good night,
great
again
everybody.
for
night.
having me on. And Yeehart, it was very, very nice meeting you. I hope we have an opportunity to see you around.
For sure. You too, Vicky. You have a good
Right
night.
on. Good night.
All right, good night, Vicky.
Mhm.
That's my girl. She's one of my oldies. She's my oldies, like my old school.
This is
This
your
goes
OG.
back years. I love having her on here. It makes me feel more relaxed. Like the energy, you feel it. It's like nice pace. Feels cool. I like it. Um, but she's really good people. Let's see what's on here. I was gonna light up this joint. I was like, this is Northern Lights. I bought 3 different joints, so this is the last one. And it's like, the show ain't over until I finish smoking my joint. So we're gonna keep it going. See if we get this done. Hopefully before midnight. If you need to leave, it's okay. You could drop out. E heart. If you need to drop, that's fine. Um, it was good having you here, man. This was like it's productive. This is how we do here. There's other characters on other times, and depending on the time you come through and I'm on, you might have someone like Maggie, and everyone loves Maggie. Like if you don't love Maggie, like there's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Like she is such a sweetheart. She's yeah. She reminds me of the old lady from the Hunger Games. I think it was
Nice.
like the second part. I
I
think
think I
she
know
was
what you're talking about.
yeah, she's kind of like but very fucking smart. Don't get it twisted. She's very gifted. She's really good with tarot. She's good with um she's pretty intuitive, but mostly like the way she speaks upon the reading is really powerful. I really enjoy listening to her. Really relaxed. She's from the UK. She better be relaxed. She has the British voice, so it makes it a little bit more sexier. But she's such a sweet lady, and I usually when I come in earlier to do a show, let's say if I start a show at 11 a.m. in the morning, then she usually jumps on because it's just daytime over there, and she's up and vibrant, and I know she's sleeping. I hope she's hearing me saying nice things to her and sending out
No.
positive energy to her while she sleeps.
I checked out Doc, right? Doc's channel, Twilight Sun.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, he's into the cult. He's into rituals, magic. He does tarot. He does the charts. I think he's into the charts. He's into a lot of things. He's very knowledgeable, very smart. Like I want to get you guys together one day and just us 3 have a conversation. And I think you'll really enjoy that show.
Yeah, for
You'll
sure,
be,
man. I'm new
that'll
to
be
this
so fun.
for the most part.
Yeah, man. I'm introducing you, to a few that I have here that are pretty magical and pretty cool. And as we're in the same page, it's like we're building our energy up together. One by one, we pick up and we just add it to the team. And it takes a lot, but little by little, we're growing strong. And
Do you know what your south node is? Your north or your south?
say that one more time.
Your north node or your south node?
Nah,
But you
nah.
said your son was a Leo, right?
No, that
That
was
was Leo.
that was Paula. Paula is the
She's the Leo. Yeah,
light
I know.
energy. She has her moments. She goes, "Roar," you hear her roar and you feel her energy. Like that's why I have problems with watching other YouTube channels, because if the energy is not controlled and it just spikes up out of control all the time, I can't watch it, because I like to be smooth, chilled, and I can't have high spike energy. Just not good for me. At least for me, it's just not good. I like it to be chilled. Everyone on the same page. If we're missing a page, it's like, listen, hey, catch up. Yeah, catch up. But I think we're building this group pretty good. As time goes on, we'll build in more people. And we're gonna have pretty cool people that's gonna be passing through here in a short time. So if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. I know you guys are, so I'm not worried about you guys. Just for the futures and the ones that are rewatching, I'm gonna have some interesting people on here.
This Albert guy keeps coming in, and he tried talking one time, but kind of trailed off.
Which one?
Albert. He's
that's Albie. Albie's always here. He listens in the background. He chills. He comes in from time to time. He'll say his 2 cents, but he stays quiet. That's Albie.
Nice to meet you, Albie.
Yeah, Doc right now is mostly into Lilith. Yeah, but he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of things. I know that kid. Like, he's like my brother. Like, I know everything about him. It's like, he's a cool dude. Misunderstood sometimes, but he's a really knowledgeable dude. I think it'd be a good listen for you to listen to him. Sometimes I'll join his show if I feel like I need to. Sometimes he's gone on, and Paulo would join on, and Albie would join on, but I'll be like, nah, I'll just sit in the background and wait. Not in the background, but not join. It all has to be a moment. Like, for me, I have to feel it. Like, I have to have a reason to join the show. Like, today was a rare time that I joined a show. I joined Seven Serpents, this channel. And it was such a freaking great show. It was a fucking good 3 hours. It was a good 3 hours. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. This is really cool. And then I heard you speak, Yi. And then I was like, and then the way he broke conversation down, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this kid in my channel. He needs to come over to our side over here. Over here, you're protected here, man. This is the safe zone. Really cool people come through here.
Well, I appreciate that. It's kind of funny though, because trying to prepare myself to be on the front lines.
Yeah, man. That front lines.
Like there are like debates that need to be had, and things, difficult topics that have to be talked about, and
sometimes these debates that you're talking about, we probably already talked about it before. So we don't, like, maybe some of the debates that you have in mind, we already spoke upon, and we already talked about it. So we could always reminisce. And, when new individuals come through, we can let you know what's up. We've been doing it for a long time, all of us that come through here. And the new ones that come through, we're like, yeah, the rookies. Yeah, the rookies, what's up? We're not going to haze you. We take you in. We make you feel comfortable. It's a lot of different energy, with individuals that come on here. So,
yeah, I hear that.
Well, yeah, always protect yourself and be alert. Listen, a lot of smart individuals that come through here. and you be listening to them. It's like, wow, it's so cool. And this is our safe zone. Like, this is the zone that I chill. Like, you going back up there? Hell no. Why? I'm good here. I'm chilling. Just relaxing my people and discuss about certain things. You know, we get into the psychic world. Are you into the psychic stuff? Yeehart?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Like the
it's
paranormal?
like all we've been. Feel like it's like my first lens, how I interpret things.
Hmm. How about the paranormal?
I mean, like ghosts and like telekinesis and stuff like that.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of experiences.
We're gonna love to hear your experiences because I shared my experiences a lot on YouTube.
You've already talked about all your shit on your
Oh
channel.
yeah, oh yeah, and I can still go through it with you, and it's gonna sound the same as all the other ones that I spoke upon. That shit does not change. Everything that happened to me happened for a reason, and I went through some spooky times. Like, that's definitely gonna be another show. It will be some closer to Halloween. Freak some people out. Yeah.
I recently had a couple like telekinesis scares, like, but it's like ghosts.
I
But
seen ghosts.
sorry, what?
I seen ghosts. I seen ghosts since I was a youngling.
Yeah, I kind of
And
consider them to be the same phenomena. Like when you think of a ghost, it's like sort of stepping into the frame of
mm-hmm.
uh, of like your own powers, sort of.
No, I know my spirits, man. Like, so many of them. It's like spirits, and the things that, like, I used to see them, and then my parents used to think I was crazy. And I would
Yeah, I
see these
understand that.
spirits, and I would see these, like, it used to be girls dressed in white, like, very Catholic, like just weird.
You brought up Catholic?
Yeah, I was brought up Catholic, not by choice. I was 3 years old when they
Me
dunked
too.
me. Yeah, they dunked me at 3.
Oh no, I mean, I don't remember being baptized or anything, but probably. I probably was baptized.
Um, so you're Catholic?
Yeah, but I'm not devout. I mean, I don't actually believe
Yeah,
in
same
Jesus.
as me. Yeah, you're like me. I'm not nothing behind it. But I got the certificate. Um,
Oh, you have
and
the
mine was,
certificate. I didn't even know
yeah,
there was one.
yeah, mine was because my baptism was at a Roman Catholic church in
Oh,
South
okay.
Florida.
Damn, uh,
A
it's all
Roman
official.
Catholic. Yeah, it's official. Like, my name is in the Vatican.
Damn. I wonder if I'm in
Like,
there. Now you have me wondering.
my name is in there, and it's not by choice. My parents did that against my will. Hey, Paula.
Hey,
That
Hey, this
fucking
so
dryer drive you crazy?
yeah, oh God, it does. We need a new one so hard. I would like to hear Yeehart tell me more about the South Node because my South Node is of course Aquarius. Like, what does he know? Like, I don't know. I know my chart well as you do. But I feel like I don't know. You might have something I don't know yet.
for sure. Well, I don't just want to cut off Rick I mean, we were
No,
talking
no,
about that
go ahead.
stuff. Okay,
Oh
all
no,
right.
this is the continuation.
For sure, for sure. Well, the thing that I've come to understand about the North and the South Node is that, like, it's like what I was trying to say earlier. The North is like energy that's going into you to be reborn, um, and the South Node is like coming out of you and going into other things. And you can think of it like one is pulling in, like gravity, and one's expanding. So to have your South Node in Aquarius, um, it can mean that you feel like, well, first of all, the South Node is like is very intensely like personal, like it's almost like a nervous tick inside your brain where you kind of reset to get your like energy back. So Aquarius is like pure conscience, like not consciousness but conscience, like thinking about like what's the good in things, or like what's the good in others. and
Yes.
but the thing about the South Node that's weird about it is that because it's going out of you, especially when you start manifesting your initiation, um other people can start like seeing you that way more. So it might start to feel like people are like expecting you to be a goody two shoes or something like that, or like they're expecting you to be like, and
A
I don't
goody
mean like
two shoes. Yes,
like
that yes.
okay, so then like you're, and I don't mean like your family, I mean like random strangers, people you
No,
barely
yeah,
first met. They'll
yeah,
like think of like, oh, look at her, she's such a like, she just like like if they have children, they'll be like, follow her example, or like they'll trust you more than you,
yes.
maybe than you actually deserve to be trusted.
No,
So
actually, I can be trusted.
no, 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 I'm just
Very
saying
much.
like even if you didn't deserve to be trusted, they will still think that about you because of the South Node in Aquarius.
Oh, wow. Well, because my experience has been not everyone trusts me, and they think um, that they can even, push my buttons and get away with it. Because, like you said before on Seven's channel, I've drawn my line in the sand, and that ticks a lot of people off. And when they try to cross that line, and I defend myself, and just like a lion would, and so they think I'm mean because I won't let them be rude to me or lie to me or on me or about me or anything. I catch wind of it, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I'm not gonna let that thing grow and take root.
That's totally
I'm not.
crazy because my nodes are reversed of you. I have my North Node in Aquarius and my South is in Leo. So actually, if you come across me just walking down the street, you might think that I have an attitude or something. You might like, or like I come up to you and you're like a cashier and I just say good morning. You might think this guy has a fucking attitude because of that South Node. Just because of the way my like personal charisma works, that it's like a conflict is such a touchy thing, and you don't necessarily have to be an asshole to just be kind of like confident. And the more you activate the system, the whole initiatory structure of the chart, it starts igniting those things. So people will start to like kind of they'll just be affected more. And but the truth is that like where my mind is kind of like thinking in terms of conscience. Like it's not that I'm like a gazelle or anything. It's just that I'm really just like observing. I'm really chill, you know. But that's just the way that the South Node works. It's really bizarre because it's kind of like I've tested it, and the reactions that people will get from it will actually, they don't need to know or see anything about you. They don't need to hear the tone of your voice to immediately just have that reaction, like as if it's being imprinted on them. So when people start expecting that from you, or like imprinting the South Node expectation on you, the reason why it's there is because the energy is like it's conceptualized to be as like a part of your past life. So
Yeah.
you're supposed to work with it and to change the energy. So the reason why it triggers you so much is because you actually kind of identify on some level. Like it does have a hold on your psyche, and you're meant
Oh
to
yeah.
embody
I
it.
identify. Yeah. I'm empathic for sure. Yeah. I can cry for someone else's suffering. I'm unique.
And so the idea of the north node is that it's meant to be reintegrated in a different way. So that might mean that you have to sort of like manifest these empathic urges and somehow use conflict to your advantage. But I mean, Leo's not limited to conflict. You know, he has creativity, so it could be just creativity. You know, like painting or some kind of like um,
Comedy.
communicating, performative. Yeah, yeah, comedy's a good one. Because actually, comedy is one of the most conflict oriented professions. Like, if you've seen Bill Burr, you know what I'm talking about.
Which one? Who?
Bill Burr.
I don't think I know who that is.
He's got a lot of stuff on Netflix and YouTube, I think.
I don't like rude comedy or gross comedy because I really don't see those as like comedy. It has to be like comedy, like funny to everyone.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't think he's like too much like I didn't mean um like conflict in the sense that he's like making fun of other people. Is like he makes fun of himself a lot. But I meant more like his personality has become that way because
Okay.
because of the way the profession is like you have to get out of your comfort zone and let yourself be made fun of. And I mean that's to me that's a heated profession, you know.
Yeah, and it's really hard for those kind of comedians these days because free speech and all. Um,
Right.
but what was I going to say, Dan? Um, I recently saw a thing on TikTok, and I had seen it before years ago, that it's really not good to like make fun of yourself because your body doesn't know the difference
Oh, that's
between a
interesting.
joke and reality. And so yeah, so I used to do that back in the day, until I learned that, but I was recently reminded of it on TikTok. So,
Oh, for
but
sure.
yeah, no,
That's real
never heard of
interesting.
it. Yeah. And they keep trying to kill me, so I have to be very careful. Definitely can't be self. How do they call that? Deprecating or some word like that.
Yeah, deprecating.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely have to be nice to myself because if I don't, who's gonna?
Yeah. Who's going to come up for you?
Leo actually governs the idea of self-care, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It governs like children, and that kind of like the way that you would care for them. So it makes sense. Another thing about the South Node that's weird is that like you really want to do it until you like realize that it's like a charm that's being placed on you by your own like oversoul. You like
Yes,
whatever you feel like corresponds to that for the individual will be something that you get a lot of energy from. Like you just really would not mind doing that thing and only that thing. But it actually drains you because you're supposed to transform the energy.
right. Okay. I think I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a bad habit of when I'm such an open book, it's like I give my energy away, and then I never consider energy vampires.
Yeah, you give it away, all right. I'll be trying to tell you to save it, and you go woof.
Well, I have been working on that, so
Yeah.
it's because of knowing, this group of people, you guys, and you guys like, giving me a heads up on that.
Yeah.
That I'm learning to like protect it now,
Mhm.
but I've never done that before. So yeah.
Oh damn, that's good. Hey, the
That's
Phoenix. How do I get to your channel?
I
What's your-
commented in live chat. Did you give him a wrench yet, Rick, so that he could just go to my channel? Because if I leave to go get the link, it's gonna kick me out of here.
Do you know the
This
actual name
person-
of it?
Well, my channel is the Phoenix Rises.
Just like that.
I could
So
put
yeah,
it
if you're on a computer, it should be easy to find.
on.
I think it's this picture, but if it's not this picture,
I'll
it's
send a copy of the channel.
this one.
I'll put it in the chat.
It's one of those two pictures.
All right. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I definitely want to have you on as a guest to talk about like your magic, for sure.
Oh wow. You got a lot of stuff over here.
I do. I have a lot of bright ideas I'd like to mull over with you, astrologically and such.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the one video that's at the top of my page, it's like where Vedic astrology is concerned, but it's not like a full-on Vedic. It's a little different. It's more of a balanced between Vedic and Western astrology. And it literally says that I'm here to deliver the truth, whether it's the written word or the spoken word. And so that's why in StreamYard, I added the Defender of Truth. Also, I'm a human lie detector, so I know when I'm being lied to, and I will nip that in the bud as well. And that's why a lot of people end up not liking me, because they can't hide in my presence.
Is that some sort of a Virgo correspondence?
Nah, not a lot of Virgo. I've got a
No?
Libra moon.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, Libra moon. So you know all about Libra moon energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like being behind the curtain a little bit.
Yeah, it's like peekaboo. I see you, you can't hide from me. And those who like to hide, well, they run because they're afraid I'm going to see them. But I already did, I already did
That's
see
really
them.
weird. You have the Libra moon and then you have the flip nodes from me. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I thought so when you said you also had a Libra moon. Yes, very, very interesting. I'm trying to remember where all my other planets are, but I mostly, what I would need to do is like be in one of my apps to have the full memory of it right now, because, my brain is starting to wind down now and
Me
relax
too.
tonight.
I was starting to get tired. I was like, this weed is really good. Northern Lights.
Yeah, I'm not tired, but my brain is kind of winding down.
Yeah, mine's too.
3 joints in 2 hours. I don't know if I could keep up with you, man.
So you smoke? You smoke?
I'm sort of like in the process of quitting right now.
Oh,
For a
hell no.
job or
Sorry, what?
for a job or on purpose?
On purpose for other reasons.
Shit. Not me. I'm going strong. I'm going like years and years and years. And this is the
You want
example. Like, it doesn't really, they put so much a fear factor to it. You know what I mean? It has so much stigma to it. And
something good about
to me, when I smoke, look, this is my third one. I'm almost done with it. And I'm almost done with the show. And I'm feeling good.
What's Albie saying?
All right. Want to hear something? Want to hear good news about fucking Ohio? Marijuana's on the ballot for fall in November
Oh
for
boy.
recreational use.
You know why? Because they're gonna need the grounds to grow it. Because Ohio has fertile grounds for growing marijuana. That's stupid. They're making tons. They're making tons of money with the dispensaries. They're trying to reschedule it to a Schedule 3. So that means less money's going to be shipped out from the U.S. Justice Department. They're gonna it's gonna fuck up a lot of programs because they had like marijuana, like the money from that tied into programs. So it's just so stupid. America is stupid, and 2024 is gonna be like the worst year for America. I mean, all the way until
suck balls.
Biden made it that way.
until a new person comes into office. 2024 is going to be
Well, I don't know if that's even going to happen because if we're at war, they're not going to even have a damn election. And plus, your vote don't count. Never did. They're going to put in whoever they want, and they already did that. And I think they're going to try to keep it that way. And I think they're going to kill off the not Biden, and then we're going to have the cackling hacker fucking running the damn show, and then we're all going to be completely screwed.
Oh man, it's like, who put these puppets up on here? Like, fuck, they're breaking down. This one's not walking straight. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like, Biden, you're supposed to stay on the stage. You're not supposed to walk off. He just gave this guy a medal. Was it a hero's medal from like 55 years ago? Like, what? Why did it take so long to give this guy an award? I'm like, poor dude. And then you give him the medal, and then you walk off the stage as the people are clapping. Like, what? Like, I don't know. This robot is malfunctioning. It's like number 5. Please don't disassemble. Like, no, he needs to be completely thrown in the trash. Like, I don't know what's wrong with that one. Just so weird. Our president is the weirdest president we ever had. Hey, Seven's back. He's not here.
Just because he has Alzheimer's and dementia.
That man, I don't know, man. He's a weird one. Damn, I gotta put the. Oh,
I think his real name might be Brandon.
It's a biological robot.
Oh Lord.
You think he's a bot? I don't know.
He's fucking like his skin and his face. It just tells it all. Like, you can tell which robot you're getting that day. All depends on his wrinkles on his head. Like, for real, it's and then what lie you're gonna get, and then what fake story you're gonna get from him. It's like there's nothing that he says is legit. So it's like, how is this guy's president? I don't get it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well,
I don't get it.
he's not. He's just the front man, the
Listen, we have
puppet
more
master.
common sense.
You know,
We have
that's
more
why
common sense.
we call him O Biden, because the O is the puppet master.
We have more common sense than him, and yet this dude's running the country. Like da da da. We got a da 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 as president right now, and there's so much coke in the White House. I
There's
feel
so much
bad
coke.
for fucking Trump when fucking Biden leaves, because there's gonna be coke all over that place, and then they're gonna try to pin it on Trump. Say, "Oh yeah, look, we found coke in the house too. Look." I'm like, no, that's fucking dumb hiding that shit, motherfuckers. Like, I don't know, man. Like, and then they say, "Oh, we have the top security in the world. Nothing gets in or out." Bitch, cocaine got into the White House. And we got to give props to the plastic bag, too, because that baggie went through, too. So, like, how the fuck? That's so scary. Imagine that would have been anthrax. And they opened it. And then they just all get sick at once and they just all die. Damn, that would have been the most. That would have been some fucking evil shit right there. That would have been some fucking. Too bad it was just coke and not anthrax. Can you imagine?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all the people dead, all the agents dead, because that thing kills. Anthrax? Oh man, and it spreads. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yet they found cocaine in the White House. That is amazing.
Shit, when y'all talk about politics, I just kind of don't even know what to say because it's just all bullshit.
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Welcome back.
Okay, brother.
Did you find the cocaine in the White House too?
Found the cocaine in the White House? Nah.
Oh man, what's up, Seven?
Not a whole lot.
You gotta put in some 2 cents.
I didn't hear what was being talked about. I just got back on.
Politics
put
is
it-
bullshit.
Yeah, politics. Yeah.
Mhm.
Electoral level politics is. I'll pay attention to geopolitics a little bit. But other than that, it's all
Yeah.
pro wrestling.
Right.
It's an emotional cliffhanger. That's what they want. They want the people to fear. They want people to hope. They want people like to divide and conquer.
I'm really dreading the election season coming up.
I know, it's so scary.
It's just gonna be everywhere, and I'm already sick of it.
I go to a good spot, so I'm usually in and out. So it's just gonna feel weird going up to the booth, and then I'm like, all these motherfuckers, they don't think like me. You know, they're just
Oh,
part of the system.
I
They're
just
all
gonna throw you an idea.
It's
For
got an
those-
idea.
For those who vote, when you go, just write really big all over the whole paper. You're all fired.
oh man, they'll count that for Biden. They'll think it's a Biden vote.
No, you're all fired, including Biden. Just put it all on there.
And they'll say,
You're
yeah,
all
that,
fired. We're taking over. You're done. You just screw everything up, and we're done with you.
but that's a Biden vote. Just put it on the Biden side.
I think the last time I voted was the first time when Obama got elected. I voted for Gary Johnson, the libertarian guy. That's the one and only time I ever voted.
Well, the one and only time I voted for Obama like a dumbass. I fell
Me-
for the whole hook, line, and sinker. It was time to finally have a black man for president. And my girlfriend, Rachel, who used to be part of our group here until she bowed out, is the
Talking
one
about
that talked me
2008, right?
into it. What?
I just muted myself and then I didn't hear your answer.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, was it 2008?
Yes, 2008, the first and only time I voted. I didn't vote for a sorry ass the second time.
Damn, I smoked 3 joints.
Good
Two and a
job.
half. 2.5 hours. That means I'm really kicking that C word's ass today. I got it high as hell. But I'm telling you, that virus, he's like, he's so confused. He think he's at a party. Like, and he is high as hell. That's how I'm like getting away with this. It's like, you wanna jump in me? Okay. You're gonna have a nice time in there. You're gonna get high as hell. And you're gonna be confused. So
Drown that sucker.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I gotta get medicine too, so it'll last me to next week. But
I take a lot of echinacea. It's like my go-to for pretty much anything when it comes to immune system.
yeah, I got the syringe. I got a syringe. I got it's a syringe is just medicine. You just put it under your tongue.
Oh,
It's
okay,
it's like a oil. It's so strong, high in THC. So anytime you put it under your tongue, it really, especially my medicine that I get because I get the medical medicine, so it's stronger than medicine. Yeah, that would get you so relaxed, and you'd
Is
be
it
like,
alcohol? Anything edible here?
yeah, edibles. I want to do edible. I want to do a like like a blueberry muffin, but edibles, like with the keef. Because with this, I have a lot of keef in
Just
my
careful not to
grinder.
overdose.
Oh hell
You
no!
won't be able to move. Edibles will hit you if
Oh
you
no,
overdose.
man! I don't know
At least it
how.
paralyzes me if I take too much.
I
Yeah, I
can't
still,
have more than 5 or 10 milligrams for an edible, or
I scale
I'm gonna be
mines.
puking and crying and passing out.
Yeah, I scale mines. I scale mines at 0.5 grams.
I'm a lightweight.
So I could smoke up to 4, under 2 grams a day. Right now, I'm at 1.5 grams. I feel good with the 1.5 grams that I smoked. The Northern Lights to finish off the night was really nice. It's a nice smoke. It makes you really relax. But it was a good show. I mean, we have Savin here, Paula, Yee Hart. As I say Yee, I think of Kanye West.
It was not
Don't you
intentional for
dare
that purpose.
insult him with Kanye West.
Because he that's what he goes by. He goes by Yee.
Yee,
So I
but
think
yeah, but no.
It's actually it's like the used to be spelled that way, but
I know.
actually pronounced as the.
It's Yee Hart.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, the heart underground. Now, what I do want to ask while I'm at it, why underground?
And the core of the earth,
Oh,
the core of the body.
okay. I had a feeling. I just wanted to make sure.
That's like the pubs with the old English sign. Sometimes it'll say "ye old pub" or something like that.
Yeah, but it was actually a. I don't know if you know this, but it was a. They changed the rune Thursaz to look like that. It was not actually a Y, and then eventually, I think it all got mixed together.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was actually the pub, but it was like an
Oh
old
yeah,
Germanic looking symbol for the
Chi. Yeah.
sim.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's
No,
like through heart underground. You could think of it that way, too. It's like another curious thing.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
Okay, so you're into the runes too then.
Yes.
Good. I'm getting into them. My rune. Have you ever looked up what your birth rune is?
No, I didn't know there was like.
You
birth
have a
runes.
birth rune, yes.
I know I'm Ivy when it comes to the Ogam, the Ogan. I don't know about
Ivy. Oh,
the
so for your tree,
yeah.
ivy. Yeah. My tree is holly. I'm the holly tree. Christmas in July.
I'm not sure what mine is.
And you should look it up. I
Yeah,
keep encouraging you guys to look it up.
I'm
Mine's
probably
Wunjo.
I'm probably a singing bush.
Mine's Wunjo or Wunyo.
Remember the singing bush from Three Amigos? The movie Three
Mhm,
Amigos?
mhm.
The imaginary singing bush. And then they shot it. That movie is old movie, The Three Amigos. It's so funny.
Yeah. Just look up birth rune calculator and put your birth information in there and it'll tell you. Don't just go to some website that says because you were born in this month, this is your rune, because it's going to lie. Get a birth rune calculator and put your birth date in there, and then you'll know what your true birth rune is. Yep, we have animals, like Chinese astrology, I'm a monkey and or Hanuman. In some Indian astrology, I'm a salmon. I go against the stream. I swim upstream while everyone else is going downstream.
Mm.
Right. And then Celtic astrology, I'm a horse. And then I'm the ivy, not the ivy, that's him. I'm the holly. And then Mayan astrology, I'm the serpent, and my spirit animal is the owl.
Yeah, for as much as I talk about astrology, I actually don't pay much attention to my own astrology.
Me neither.
But you should. Just your own chart. I mean, you don't have to become an astrologer.
I
Just
feel gifted already. It's like when you keep getting like A report cards, it's like everyone's looking at you and you're like, okay.
I thought it was funny one time I was watching a Philosophicat astrology video, and she's a pretty good astrologer. She even teaches astrology courses. But like in the middle of the video, they were asking her about her astrology. She was like, I actually don't pay attention to my astrology. I'm just going to do whatever I want anyway, so there's no point. I thought it was funny that even an astrologer didn't pay attention to their own astrology.
Oh boy. I am getting so
well, it
tired.
probably says that for her in her astrology.
Yeah, it's funny.
It'd be interesting to find out.
All right, for sure, guys. Well, I'm gonna take off. I gotta do some dishes for night's
All
over.
right.
So.
Thank you for coming through.
It was a pleasure speaking to y'all. And Phoenix,
Oh,
definitely try to, take a. I'll keep it on my radar. And rest
Yes.
of you guys. All right.
Yes,
All
click
right.
that bell. We'll talk to you later. Nice meeting you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. I'm getting tired myself. The energy has got me like loopy right now. Because I smoked that Northern Lights. The Northern Lights is a nighttime one. It's more to put you to bed, and that's why I feel ready to go to bed.
It's because I came on, my voice put Rick to sleep.
I'm feeling good, but I'm sleepy. So, and the train is going off. So it's the time of the night to wrap it up.
But Seven just got back.
Yeah, I know. Seven just got here. What? I know you have something to say. Go ahead, Seven. What do you guys say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting pretty sleepy myself.
Yeah, I got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes.
Um, oh, I was gonna say, I call it juggernaut astrology.
Juggernaut astrology.
Yeah, and it's kind of a joke, really, but it's sort of based on that idea that like, no matter what my astrology says, I'm gonna do what the hell I want anyway.
Mm.
And but there is some foundation to not really concerning too much about it, because within the Golden Dawn, and they talk about this on that Gnostic Students channel about
Hmm.
being able to alter your own astrology. That you can actually, like, if you looked at the archetype of a different astrology sign, you can actually start to take on those behaviors and push yourself into a different astrological nature.
Hmm.
And what would be most easy, especially if you're on a cusp, is to lean more into one of the astrological signs beside your astrology sign. And according to the guy, I forget his name, but he's like one of the top guys at the Golden Dawn, David Griffith. And he was saying that at the highest practice of this is you just annihilate your whole astrology altogether. You don't have any astrology anymore. I look at it like you're born at the center of something, and you have this astrology around you. And you had in the 70s where people would like put their astrology sign on a necklace, a big gold chain or something. Hey, baby, what's your sign? And people would wear their astrology signs like a badge of honor or something. But really, if you consider that all these signs are like cosmic pressure, and you're getting hit the hardest with the cosmic pressure that your sign actually means the sign that you're the weakest to. It's influencing you the most. So it's sort of a counter view instead of actually being your sign. That is a point of view where you're actually weak, and you work to improve and strengthen that, so these astrological influences aren't impacting you. You become free of the astrology.
The hero's journey. We come as, what the birth chart says that we came with. These are your gifts, these are your strengths, these are your weaknesses. But as you overcome them all, that's the hero's journey.
Oh wow! I just found out the Hurricane Lee just became a Category 5 hurricane, the first Category 5 hurricane for the 2023 season. Winds right now, it's sustained at 160 miles per hour, west northwest at 14. It's gonna get pretty close to the islands, but it's definitely gonna avoid it. The main core is gonna avoid it, and it's supposed to stay a major hurricane through the next week. So very early, and the hurricane is a Category 5 hurricane. Now I can show you guys a picture of it and what it looks like. Give me 1 second to set it up.
Am I the only one whose weather apps are not working? Absolutely none of them, and I have 4.
Hmm.
I want to know why all of a sudden in my area, our weather apps, well, my weather apps are not working. I'm pretty sure my husband's weather apps are working, but
Hmm.
mine will not. And it doesn't matter if it's this tablet or another tablet, they're not working. They've turned them off, and I think it's because I work with destroying storms like that.
Pretty big storm, pretty strong. My fear is that this is my fear. You know, I know it's gonna miss the islands, and I'm happy for them. You know, it's just I'm trying to work on this storm. It's I'm letting it get strong because when you let it get strong, it'll start diminishing its energy, and then you could work on weakening it. Um, my problem is this storm could be coming to my neck of the woods, so I got to keep an eye out on this storm because the turn to the north could be a weak turn or a strong straight forward north and coming through Long Island and come up through Connecticut as a category 3 storm, 2, 3 storm. That's devastating for here. So got my eyes on this one.
I got
And
my eyes on it too. I went online and found a weather page that is working. But my apps ought to be working and they're just not, and it's ridiculous. And that's the page that, yeah, I think I'm using. Yeah.
it's already nighttime for the like you
But
got
I don't let the storms keep charging and charging and charging. I'm already working on that bitch dying down.
it's vacuuming.
That
It's
is what
vacuuming
they hope will happen.
they're
And
vacuuming the heat from the ocean floor. It's like
yeah,
it's
that's why they
gas
heated
for it.
it up over there, so they could do that. And I'm on it. I'm like, nah, mm-mm,
It needs to this
diminish.
needs to happen. This needs to happen for the planet to maintain temperature because these hurricanes are like vacuum cleaners. They absorb heat and the humidity around the area. And like this right here is a beast. Look at the eye. Look how like that is so strong. Look at the front of the storm, like to the left of it. Look at the pushing. This is a strong beast. A category 5 hurricane. It's already a category 5. So
Yeah,
it's the
well, it can
first
just
category
hold
5.
on.
And it's the direction is going. It's not a good thing. Let's see the infrared. Look at that monster. That one-eye monster. Such a like looking at it, it looks like a ram. Has like a ram energy, like wanting to bump heads. It's a strong storm. I wouldn't want to be in front of that. That's a category 5 hurricane. That reminds me of Hurricane Andrew. That gives me this gives me back flashbacks. Um, let's come down here. We could go with this one. Like that gives me Hurricane Andrew. Hurricane Andrew came up here. It stalled out. It stalled out around here, and then it got its act together and it started crossing through the Bahamas, going straight west. Came through here, came through the channel, and then instead of going to Miami, it dipped down a little south and went to Kendall and hit Kendall, the eye hit Kendall. So it jogged south and avoided me because I was pushing that bitch. I was pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. I didn't want the eye. I knew if the eye was to come up to my place, we were gonna be dead. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. The
But
beast can just
we gotta
make a right turn and go back out to sea and go F off
I'm,
until it dries out.
I'm over here in the northeast. I'm sticking out right here. So I'm in this up here in northeast. So the storm, the United States sticks out. The storm's gonna come up. It's gonna stall. Maybe around here it's gonna stall, and then it'll have a more of a movement, like going towards the north. And if it keeps going straight to the north, oh man, New York, all those immigrants that are in the sidewalks and they taking up all the hotel rooms and trashing them, and they're getting free money, free food, free television, free Game Boys, free whatever systems that they want, free shoes, all in the taxpayers' expense. And we can't even help out our veterans. We can't help anybody in Maui. Like, they send
What?
$95 million to fix the energy in Maui, and yet that very same day they sent $1 billion to Ukraine.
Yeah,
But
ridiculous.
yet we don't have money to send to Maui. Like, you see something that it's just people need to realize, like, look what the fuck is going on. It's just, they're doing it right in front of your face.
Yep, they're saying,
Like,
screw you, America. We're here to take you down. That is blatantly obvious. But husband says that's not going to hit us. It's just going to go back out to sea, like I said.
yeah, I hope it does. I don't want it to come to Connecticut. Fuck
It might
that.
hit Maine a little bit on its way back out.
I hope it don't come this way.
But
That's a
it ain't
strong
coming
beast.
your way, bro. It just looks like it.
Shit. My dream, if this is my
No, I
dream
didn't even
and
know
the
that
dream
when
comes
he told me
true,
to bring back out to sea. And then he showed me that it's going to do exactly what I said. Tell me I ain't powerful. That's why my apps ain't working.
yeah, let's see. We got to see where it goes. How just got to make sure it avoids at all costs. Don't make my dream come true. I would hate my dreams to come true. Because I spoke upon this. This season is just wild. It's gonna be a wild one. They're gonna go through all the names, and then they're gonna be using the secondary names. And yeah, it was a hot planet, right? It's hot. Like, you need hurricanes to cool them off, like circulate the water. It's like a vacuum cleaner for the ocean. The stronger, that means it needs more cleaning. And the storm is definitely doing a number in the Atlantic. And we kind of need this. The ocean needs this. If it stays out to the ocean and causes zero harm to anyone, that is a big gift and a big helper for the ocean to get the water flowing much better. It's like pumping oxygen into the ocean. That's what these hurricanes do. They pump in a lot of oxygen. Very strong. Very strong. But I'm very tired too. So I'm going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit sleepy myself.
Yeah, I'm tired. I feel like I had a good boxing match earlier in the day. We did 3 hours with 7. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, you gotta watch it. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch. Like,
I'm gonna finish it before I go to bed.
It was entertaining. It was really good.
Skip over
I was happy.
So
Yeah, happy. I wasn't the host. I was like, I'm not the host. Thank God. I'm not the host. I don't need to respond to you. I'm a guest. Yeah, I'm a guest. I'm staying quiet. I'm observing. But nah, it's really cool that we're doing this. We're getting more people involved. And
So
little by little, we're gaining. Okay.
yes,
It's
thank you, Seven, for fishing Ye Hart out the damn YouTube communities. I don't know how he found you, but I'm glad your channel exists so that he could, so that we could find him.
Yeah, I'm glad it
Mhm.
did. It's got some really interesting ideas.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
fished that
like him a
one.
lot.
Yeah, I felt that one. I was like, the vampire is up, and I smell fresh blood. I'm like, okay, yeah, next. I know how to pick him. I feel him. You know, he has so much potential. Oh man.
Oh, I can't wait to get him alone on my channel, just me and him, and just have it out and see what he knows and show him what I know, and hopefully between now and then he'll check out my videos that I have up already and get to know me by the videos that I've got up there. So he'll be all caught up by the time I have him on as a guest. I'm
Mhm.
definitely going to wait until my internet stops being wonky. They're supposed to be here when? Next Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday, to
Mhm.
figure out and fix why we keep losing internet connection and phone connection. And I'm going to tell the guy that you better make sure it's fixed. I'm going to tell him as nicely as I can, but I'm going to make sure that he hears my frustration. We better not have to call you or anybody else out here again for several friggin' years. This better be fixed when you leave today. Because
Mhm.
it's been a month or more I've been
Mhm.
dealing with this, and I'm done. And I'm going to
Yeah,
call AT&T and tell them they're paying my bill next month.
I'm gonna pop off of here and listen in the chat. Starting to get sleepy.
Right, Selvin. Thanks for coming by,
All
man.
right,
Appreciate it.
Yes.
see you later.
See you.
Later.
Good night. Yeah, I'm about to get off here too. I'm sleepy. I'm starting to start dreaming here.
Dreaming awake. Yeah, yeah.
But we'll do this again tomorrow. I'll figure out a time when to come in. I want Maggie to be here, so
I
I'm
know,
gonna have to come
right?
in.
She totally missed out because she's sleeping.
Yeah,
She's gonna
she.
love
We're
him
thinking about you,
too.
Maggie, as you're sleeping.
We love you, Maggie.
Yes. Well, with that said, let's wrap
Yep.
it up.
Love
So
you, Ray.
I love you too, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. If if willing, I'll see if I can. But
Love everyone in chat.
yeah, have a good day, a good morning, and a good night. Catch everybody on the flip side. Peace.